Colel Chabad is the oldest continuously operating charity in Israel. For over 200 years, the organization has been providing food, housing, and critical support to families and individuals in need. ILTV's Lidar Gravelazi was joined by Executive Director Zalman Duchman to discuss their recent operations. Have a look.
For over 200 years, Colel Chabad has been a lifeline for those in need across Israel, providing food, medical care, and critical social support. Joining us now, all the way from New York, is Zalman Duchman, an executive director of Colel Chabad, to share how the organization is continuing its mission of compassion and care, especially during these challenging times. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So, Colel Chabad has been serving the community for decades, well, more than decades. What makes the organization's mission so vital today?
Colel Chabad is the oldest continuously operating charity in Israel, the oldest continuous Jewish charity, started in 1788 by the first Chabad Rebbe, Reb Shneir Zalman. And we've been working through, ever since, continuously operating, serving the land of Israel, working from the diaspora, raising money within the diaspora to serve the land of Israel. Over the past 2 years, we've experienced the war, etc. And I think that what is most vital today is the continued long-term support, that we're here for the long run. During the war, there was emotional outpour of support from the lovers of Israel. And obviously, there's the flip side that we see very strongly. But those people that love and care for Israel have been there, outspoken with their voices and their dollar supporting Israel. And now that we hope that we're going to enter a time of quiet, that we have to remember that has to continue. And this is something that represents Colel Chabad specifically, that there's a lot of pop-up programs that popped up during the war, but now we're in it for the long haul.
Absolutely, for another 200 years and beyond. And what are some of the biggest challenges of those you serve that they're facing right now, and how is Colel Chabad addressing them?
One of the most affected populations, besides the many widows and the orphans and families and the trauma, is the elderly. The elderly population, especially those people that this is not their first war, especially Holocaust survivors, that their childhood was during a war and the traumas that it affected them. People don't know, but there's over 100,000 Holocaust survivors still living in Israel. And this is really, so to speak, our last opportunity to see them off their last years in dignity. And we've been with this generation for a very long time. And I think it's it's a very vulnerable population as they age and as they get older. And even some of the most basic things of food is they are relying on non-governmental organizations to provide for them food. Non-government NGOs are much more effective and efficient at doing it, especially when you have non-governmental organizations working together in collaboration. We believe that is one of the most important populations that we focus on, especially with making sure that they have daily meals. And the reason why we could do that is because we have an ongoing connection to these, because we visit them every single day and we bring them food every single day.
So a beautiful program. And I want to ask, because I see that you've brought with you also a very special coin. So can you tell us about this coin?
I brought a special coin that was minted specially for Colel Chabad, a challenge coin. And it says on it, "Vayilbash tzedakah keshiryon." This is a verse from the Bible that he garbed himself with tzedakah.
Hold the coin up so our viewers can see. Oh, you have two. Great.
I brought two. He garbed himself with tzedakah as scale armor. The scale armor, and the Talmud explains that just like scale armor, every single piece overlaps each other. And if it's missing one piece, it allows a vulnerability in that section. Same too when it comes to the challenges of helping the poor. No one person could take the entire responsibility on their own. But no one could say, oh, my part doesn't make a difference, because every single part is necessary. Just like scale armor, if you're missing one section, it creates that vulnerability. I think a unique gift that we would like to give to anybody that wants to participate in the food security project of helping the elderly, to feed elderly people. You could go to either on the QR code, I understand, on the screen, or they could go to our website.
So that's my question. If our viewers who are watching right now, if they want to help, what's the best way that they can do that?
So obviously, if they're here in Israel, we have Pantry Packers, a volunteer project, where we have thousands of volunteers. But all those people that watch around the world could go to our website, or they could go to the website on the QR code, and they could sign up to be able to serve a elderly or Holocaust survivor. And the first 1,000 people to click this code, we will send them in the mail a challenge coin that says on it, that has it inscribed, "Vayubash Sakak Yeshuryon," for them being part of this scale armor, this protection of protecting the elderly, especially within their older age, in this special thing.
Incredible. So our viewers, you can scan the QR code on your screen now and donate and receive, the first 1,000 receive a special coin. Zalman, thank you again for joining us.
Thank you very much.